Hey guys, what's up? It's Daniel from Up2Something Media, and I'm here with a special guest who's actually going to be performing at the Up Next Festival here in Dallas, July 30th. Let me know who you are, bro.
Yeah, you already know what it is. It's your boy Devy Stonez, aka Stoney, your favorite homie.
Now, first question before we even get started on the pod, there is a description on your sound that I wanted to get approved by you because I saw it online. And I just want to ask you, like, is this an accurate depiction of your style? Because from what it says edgy rap mix of Southern ostentation, East Coast sensibility, and West Coast soul.
First off, before I answer that, what do you think? Do you think it's accurate?
I heard your music, and I don't know. That's very factual. For you and your team to be able to put that into words, I think is like really accurate.
Yeah. So really, like the way I see it, my style is kind of like gumbo. Cause like when I first got into rap, I was listening to like a lot of East Coast, like super lyricists. Like I was listening to that, and then my dad is listening to like a lot of West Coast stuff. And I'm from Louisiana, so I'm already like tuned into the Southern culture. So it's like I kind of just took all those elements and like put them into a pot. That's why I like to call it gumbo. So I think it is an accurate description of what we do.
You adding in that gumbo reference, I think that's a good.
Yeah, it's a little bit of everything, you know.
Yeah.
What I mean?
I mean, you say you got brought up with like West Coast influence and like East Coast sounds. Like, go into that. Like, what music were you listening to as a kid?
Yeah, like Tupac and like Corrupt to Ice Cube to even like Slum Village, Biggie, Jay-Z, the Locks, like
everything.
Yeah, like literally everything. And then like coming from where I'm from, like I had like a super heavy Christian influence too on my life. So like we was in church all the time too. So like my mom listened to gospel heavy. So that was
there's that influence too.
And I played instruments. So I was playing drums in church. I was playing the saxophone in middle school.
Musically inclined, all around.
So yeah, so it's like like I said, it's just a little bit of everything. And I think the basis of it is just like the creation, the inspiration behind just like the magic of creating something from nothing. And whether that's like drawing and
creating in general,
you know what I mean, or
you got to
like making sounds
somewhere,
like,
right?
Yeah, we paint pictures, but now it's sonically.
So you've been around music your whole life, then?
Yeah, for sure.
So you feel like you were meant to be an artist?
Yeah, and it's funny though, cause like I looked up the definition to my real name, and I and broke it down, and it means rich poet.
And that's what you are.
Yeah,
right?
And it was like, okay, everything makes sense. Like,
so you're on the right path. You would say.
I definitely believe that 100%.
That's good, man. It's good to know that people are following their path that they're meant to, you know?
Yeah. And it's crazy though too, because like even when I was doing everything else, like I literally tried pretty much everything like growing up. But like music was the most consistent thing, even when I was doing everything else, even when I was playing basketball or focused on sports or whatever the case may be, I was always doing music behind
What other paths did you try where you feel like, you know what, this is not it? Music is it?
Yeah, first I wanted to be a basketball player. Like that was like my first thing, you know.
Are you cold on the court?
I'm washed now. I ain't even gonna lie to y'all. But hey, just give me like a month or two, like, you know what I'm saying, focus training, and ain't nobody touching me. But like,
damn,
because once I set my mind to it, like it's a wrap for you. Like, and I'm competitive too by nature, so like I'm not about to let you just do me
in any way or form.
Yeah,
right?
But like basketball was like the first thing, and like high school, like I don't even want to talk about it, but I ain't have a good coach. That's how we gonna put it. I ain't have a good coach.
We're gonna blame it on the coach.
Yeah, and it made me like fall out of love for the game. So once I fell out of love with basketball, I was like, okay, now what?
Training,
you know what I mean? Like, what am I gonna do now? And I was like, I just reflected on life, and it was like, okay, music been the most consistent thing in my life. So it's like, this literally is the only option.
Meant to be.
Like, yeah, like I don't even see anything else.
So in high school is where you decided, you know what, music is the career path that I'm gonna take.
Yeah, but it's like I've been known that I want to be a rapper like since like third grade. Like,
what music were you listening to in third grade?
A lot. Like I was listening to like everything. That's what I'm saying. Like my dad had like CD collections and stuff, so I'm going through his CD collections. I'm watching like the Biggie like music videos on DVD and like all these mixes and stuff. So, you know, that's when we had like,
it's always good to hear like stories of people when they were kids and they're like rummaging through their parents' music and they're able to enjoy that, because when I was a kid I didn't enjoy my parents' music. It was like on a whole different level. I didn't learn to love that music till like recently, you know, till my 20s.
Yeah, I feel that. But I think like as I got older, I started to understand the music more, which helped me kind of understand myself, or maybe I was understanding myself more, so I could relate to the music a lot more. So
kind of correlated more with your parents at that age, because if you think about it, like they were listening to that music when they were our age right now. So you kind of correlate with them a little bit better. Big fan of Wayne. You say you're from Louisiana?
Oh, yeah, for sure. Wayne, top tier. Like God.
Where would you place him in? Let's say top 5. Is he top 5 for you?
Top 5. He might be 1. Like my list changes, but like Wayne is like.
I feel like Wayne
like he's not slipping past 3, 4. Like,
okay, you know yeah, I mean? I feel the same way. Who else would you put up there?
See, are we talking about rappers or are we talking about just artists in general?
No, rappers.
Okay, rappers. I like Biggie, Mos Def, Snoop. Like,
damn, that is all over the place because that's Chicago, New York.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. So it's like,
damn, yeah. So you are, yeah, you do have.
Wayne. So it's like I pay attention. Like I'm a fan of music. Like you know what I mean. Like it's interesting to me. I feel like I don't listen to music the same way as like the average person. Like I literally sit and dissect songs all day, and lyrics is always going through my head as well. So it's like I actually live with music.
With that thought process, how was the creative process for creating your own music?
It's pretty simple to me, like to be honest, because it's like I'm just
comes easy.
Yeah, like I literally just go to the mic, freestyle some stuff, put it together, like make it work. Like it ain't even nothing like I overthink or anything like that. Like I literally just pull up the beat, hop on the mic, let the vibe out. Because I think for me, what's important now is like creating a vibe. You know what I mean? Creating something that like people can feel when they're listening to it. Like. And I was telling my manager this the other day. It's like, all right, we already know like the world is like crazy right now. Like we all going through something on the daily. So when I make music, I'm not trying to make something that's gonna make you feel more depressed or make you feel more like whatever you've been feeling. I want to give you something that's gonna help you escape and relieve some of those pressures. Like I want you to feel carefree. I want you to like be as confident as you want to be. Like kind of tap into your own world when you're listening to my stuff. Like,
that's poetic, man. Because that's a good point, because we don't want a reflection of the world in our music. You know, why would we want more negative vibes on the music that we're listening to? Music is an escape.
Yeah, I agree.
And the way that you explain it is like really well thought, because I've seen your music videos. Like he was talking in there, the visuals are crazy.
I appreciate it.
It's a whole atmosphere that you're bringing to the table, man. So like, I mean, I don't know if anyone's ever told you, but like, yeah, you're really bringing a different world into music.
Thank you. And I think that's what me and the team been trying to accomplish, is just like bringing entertainment back into it, and not just like on the surface level of me just being a personality. Like just the talent wise, from the videos to like how I carry myself in interviews and stuff like that. Just bringing the entertainment value back to the industry.
That's a good point, man.
And like well rounded though, you know what I mean?
Because you were talking in there before we hit the studio. You were like, people need to be more personable. Being an artist is like being a politician. Yeah, you gotta shake hands and kiss babies.
Nah, facts. That's the truth. That's really the truth.
And you had a point, because you know people can like the artists that they see on social media, but if you see them in person, they could be an asshole. And you know, there goes your whole likability with them. You know.
Yep. And none of those 1 million followers even matter.
Yeah, and that don't even matter if like people don't really fuck with you in real life.
Yep.
Where do you think people lose themselves? Like, where do you think artists lose themselves within this whole social media and being an artist?
I think getting too caught up on the perception of themselves and not really just them being themselves, and understanding that they're dynamic people. I think like a lot of times people like pinpoint on one specific part of themselves and like drag that out and like kind of put that to the forefront, and not understand that like you're a dynamic person. Like it's a lot more sides to you than just this thing that you're showing people. So then when you're the other side, or you acting outside of that one thing that you're showing people not like, oh, where this coming from, not realizing that all of these things are a part of you.
Damn, you're spitting game, man, because that's really true, because one trait can make their whole personality, right? And they'll use that.
Exactly.
They stop using that trait, they're no longer that likable person, they're no longer that personality. And that's so true, man. Like, damn.
Yeah, and I think that was like one of the things like I've been struggling with as an artist, and just like accepting all the parts of myself. Like I can be the cool guy. I can be the cool guy like on camera and just be like super chill and laid back, but that's not just me. Like I'm You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
that's not the only side to me. Like I'm still like a real human being. Sometimes I'm mad. Sometimes like I want to be goofy. Sometimes like I just want to have fun and be carefree. Like it's different parts of me, and like whatever the times I feel to showcase that, like the freedom that comes with the decision to be able to do that is like important to me. And I feel like that's a liberty that everybody should be able to exercise.
That's so true, man. You know, like you said, a human is diverse, right?
We're dynamic beings.
Yeah, unique, man. We don't have to stick to one mold. That's a really good point, man. Now, I do want to talk about your music and where it fits in the current music scene. Dallas, as a whole, how do you feel about the music scene in Dallas currently? Is it lacking? Is it growing? Where do you think it's going?
I definitely think it's growing. And Dallas is one of the best places that creates some like the best music. Like I promise you, like it's an artist in Dallas that you might never heard of that's making better music than the top niggas in the game. Like, I don't know if I can say that, but like the top people in the game, like I promise you I can find somebody in Dallas that's making way better music than that. And like the talent that Dallas breeds is unmatched. And you see like everybody that comes here, they get infatuated with it. They take something from the people that's in Dallas because we create so much dope stuff.
That's so true.
You know what I mean? But at the same time too though, like I feel like Dallas is more a consumer based market than it is a producer, like produce base. You know what I mean? So it's like that's why all the mainstream artists can come out here. They can come out here and get their bags and go on about.
Dallas is a good market because if you take a look at the bigger artists' touring schedules, they always got to hit Dallas.
Yeah,
you know, whether it be somewhere in Deep Ellum or Grand Prairie, like they always got to hit Dallas because, like you said, we're a consumable market. You know,
yeah, top consumer market. But I think it's hard to like kind of make it past like that. Yeah, that ceiling when you're actually coming out of Dallas, even though we're the top consumer market.
That's actually transitions to my next question because, sadly, when we ask people like, "Hey, how come artists don't make it out of Dallas?" we always get the same response from different groups, different artists in different fields, right? They always say Dallas don't be showing love. Do you feel like that's true?
No, I don't think that's true. I feel like a lot of the times we don't have the systems in place for ourselves to like actually do the things on the business side that'll actually get us out of here. You know what I mean? Because like we're so used to like just getting it out the mud and like making stuff happen for ourselves.
Yeah.
That like we don't understand it's actually like an infrastructure and it's like a way to play the game that we're not knowledgeable to. You know what I mean? There's certain things that we need to have as artists if we want to play in this game with all the other people. You know what I mean? I think that's one of the things we like is the knowledge and the infrastructure to, you know?
And that's refreshing to hear, man, because, I mean, we've had a lot of people on this pod and they always say the same thing, you know, Dallas just doesn't show love. And that's the whole reason for this platform to, you know, to showcase artists in Dallas, or not even just artists, but people in Dallas killing it. Yeah. And that's why we wanted to create this platform because we kept on hearing that same thing. You know, Dallas isn't showing love, and that's the reason for this platform.
And then this is why like I come down to this because like I take accountability for everything that I do. So if like Dallas not showing me love, I feel like it's on me to like make them. Like obviously like I'm not selling it well enough for them to catch on to it, so I have to do something different. I'm not basing my plans or like using that excuse of Dallas don't show love because I done got hella love from Dallas, so I can't say that Dallas don't show love. It's like maybe I need to tighten up something on my end that actually catapult me from out of here.
A1 mindset. I really respect that mindset, man. That's really good to hear because we've heard the contrary, but it's good to hear a different thought process and a real respectable opinion on that. Any plans for this Up Next festival?
Up Next Fest, we turning it up. Like that's the only goal. I want everybody to come through, have a great time. Like we gonna chill, we gonna smoke, we gonna drink, we gonna turn up. It's gonna be hella love. We gonna lead the drum man home. You know, I get to connect with a lot of new artists that I haven't seen before, and so like I'm excited for it. Like I'm just expecting good vibes.
Are there any artists on the lineup on the Up Next festival you fuck with, or anybody in Dallas in general that you fuck with? You know, that is real talented.
It's a list. We can go all day. This could be a whole podcast because like I'm really, you know, I'm tapped in. But it's always like more people I should know about. But like Dallas has a great like. I feel like Dallas makes some of the best music out of the South. Like, you know what I mean? We might not have the history or like the infrastructure to like actually showcase it and put it out there for the world, but like the people that's in the know that like Dallas really makes some of the best music. If you travel to Houston and Austin, like those people out there tell you, I done been in Austin many times, like plenty of times. I'm out there every other weekend, every other month, you know, and they always telling me, they like, yo, Dallas make the best music out of all the places in Texas.
Hell yeah. I think it's a new era for Dallas, bro. I think I'm seeing a new wave of creatives, and I'm glad to be a part of that. I'm glad to see, you know, people on here that are part of that, because Dallas is expanding, man. Dallas is about to be the third biggest metropolitan area in the United States, man. So like, there's money to be made, and there's, you know, there's creative outlets that need to be known about, you know.
Yeah, facts. And I think it's dope that like a lot of the Dallas artists are like linking up and have actual relationships, because like I know a lot of these guys, like I have relationships with all of these people. So I think like once everything does like go to the other side, we can actually showcase that camaraderie again, like how it actually is, and not the narrative that everybody puts out there. Because I feel like that's just a cop out. Like it's an excuse. Like you're not really doing the work, so you want to blame everybody else on why you're not getting the results, instead of like just keep building and keep working, bro. Like that's all it take. Like it should take time too. Like
hold yourself accountable.
Yeah, you know what I mean. Like all that other stuff gonna happen when it's supposed to.
Man, and I'm really glad to hear that, man. Like I said, it's a new wave, it's a new era, and I'm glad to be a part of it. Hopefully, you know, you keep being a part of it, man, because you're making hella good music, and hopefully you continue making the music and it blows up, man.
I appreciate that.
I'm excited to see you perform at Up Next, man. There's a whole bunch of people on the lineup that I'm excited to see, but man, shout out to you, man, for pulling up, man, showing love. Before we go, shout out to sponsor Perrier, shout out to the bag, man. You know who it is.
Come on, man, y'all see it.
Thank you again for tuning in to Up2Something Media. Don't forget to check out Devy Stonez on social media. Let them know where they can find you, man.
Devy Stonez with a Z, man. Make sure y'all follow me, man.
Hell yeah, man. Much love. Thank you.